Welcome back, everyone, to Fist Truck TV. I don't know if I need to do introductions. Ideally, there'll be an intro to these videos. However, by the time these come out, there probably won't be.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. More we do it, the more fluid we'll get.
Well, so we definitely didn't pick up from where we last left off. Oh, my fault.
We're close enough.
Close enough, yeah.
What'd you do? You upgraded your weapons and then you pieced out to here?
Yeah, I upgraded one weapon a +4, and now I'm on the journey to get upgrade materials. So there's that.
Are you just gonna upgrade one weapon all the way, or are you gonna upgrade both eventually?
Yeah, bro. What kind of question is that, man? What are you doing? What are you doing?
What? Man? I'm okay. I won't talk then.
What are you doing? Like that? Of course, I'm upgrading both of them. What the fuck? Why would you do wield and then not upgrade one of them?
I don't know. Like maybe one on the offhand doesn't matter. I don't know.
yeah. I'm like that. I'm waiting for, like, you know, imagine if there are comments here that there's one where it's like, actually, you know, there's this one use case where the weapon in your hand is a parrying dagger, which you would never use to attack, but you use to parry, but I'm a fucking degenerate, so I felt like pointing that out just so I could be like, hey, I'm right.
Yeah. Seen many a comment like that. In some videos. Oh man. What was that one? No, it's weird when you preface things in the video, like,
and then people like willingly ignore it just to prove a point, and you're like, but I already addressed you.
It's already there. Like maybe you didn't actually watch the video,
or you probably did, and you just have the brain of a fucking monkey. Alright, we are remembering to have a light source for what?
You do need a light source. Now, how do you... Where's the torch that makes invisible things visible? Where do you find that at? I forgot, and I need it on my game.
That's in the Altus Plateau. You know, the part of the game where the capital city is?
Well, I guess I'm not there.
Yeah, it's near there. There's like a... You like half pass by it on your way to the capital, assuming that you take the normal way there.
Don't you buy it from a vendor?
Well, yeah. So there's like the second time you run into Margit, you know, when he's like just the dude, and then it transforms into him because that's a thing that can happen. That part, there's after you do that, there's like a bonfire somewhere close by, and then if you're trying to go to the capital, you go up like this set of stairs. You go up like this set of stairs on your horse, because your horse can gallop upstairs. And once you go up that staircase, there's going to be a point shortly afterwards where the path goes straight or left. You just take the left, and eventually that left turns into kind of like a U-turn, and all the way at the end is a shack with a merchant that sells the torch.
Understandable. Now, clarify something for me.
Because that's right next to where you need that torch.
Margit and Margaret are the same person, right?
Yeah, it's, eventually I want to do a video on the main channel, like on my channel about like Elden Ring lore for dummies.
Yeah.
Because Elden Ring
lore is straight for dummies.
I honestly, like, how do I put this in a kind way? This shit is dumb.
No.
Like this.
Yeah, it's just shit is dumb. Like, don't even be kind. It's no, at this point, like, any deepness you try to extrapolate for it is completely on the shoulders of, you know, the player. Yeah,
and sometimes I think so much is like obscurity is for obscurity's sake, as opposed to
exactly.
Like there's this and I'm gonna talk. Well, you know, I guess this will date when we record this, but later today on my channel I'll be streaming, and I'll be for the majority of the stream, I imagine it'll take. I'll be responding to all the comments I got from my latest video, which would be, once again at the time, the inevitable fatigue of Souls-likes.
Oh yeah, that was a good video. That was a good
so there's one person in the comment. For the most part, the discourse in the comments has been incredibly fucking civil, and even on the least civil bits, perfectly fine, in my opinion. So,
yeah.
it's probably the least civil comment that I've seen, at least as of now. I don't know if there's more that got added since, but there's like one person who says something like, oh fuck, oh god. They say that all the points I make in the video are bad, which, as an aside, it's fine if you feel that way. You're wrong, but it's fine. Yeah. You think whatever you want. But that, because the way they tell their story is amazing, and I'm like, so the point of making the video is that lore, what these games do. Oh, I make sure to preface this because everybody will ignore this, but or a fair amount of people will, not everybody. Not a fair amount, small amount, whatever. That personally for FromSoft, like these games, like they do this shit. This is what they know how to do. So I wouldn't like. A part of me would like to see it change because I think the shit's kind of played out when it comes to how just like. Just obscure and obtuse the story is. Did I miss the fucking cave? No, I didn't. Okay.
It is the way they do it is
the way they do it.
The best that it's been done.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of linking, threads that you find out. And it seems.
Well, it's because the way they have the world tell the story. That's a big thing.
Yeah. Instead of just through lore tabs.
Yeah, or well, not only that, it's like instead of just having someone like blatantly just, like lore dump for, well, not lore dump, but like plot dump for like, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, they have like, they're like very good at like
story, complete opposite of a Metal Gear.
Yeah, but then on the flip side, the way Metal Gear does it is great for Metal Gear. So
yes, exactly. But your problem is with the emulation of the over-emulation of it.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
it just turns out to be like these guys are just being lazy.
Yeah, I mean, even then, I say in the video, like overall, I don't think FromSoft. Even if I have something negative to say about it, FromSoft should not change what they do because like they're good at what they do. Or they're good at just doing whatever they feel like doing, right? So that's, like they. I
mean, I feel like Sekiro was more straightforward, right?
But Sekiro it was a character-driven story. That's the thing. It was still character-driven while being pretty fucking weird, but they did it. But even then, like in terms of character-driven stories, I would say Sekiro's story is pretty meh. Like it's fine. It's fine. It's just that there's, it's straightforward and it's fine. Which is at the end of the day, I think like the least I could ask for. Like, hey, yeah, it's fine. And it's like I don't want to listen to this again, but it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at the YouTubers that have like the deep lore dumps and stuff.
Yeah.
Sekiro too.
Yeah, Sekiro has a bunch of shit. Yeah.
If there is going to be another one, like I'm looking forward to it, just to see where the story goes.
It definitely ends on a cliffhanger. Like if you go for what I guess is the, good ending, it definitely ends on a cliffhanger. Yeah.
From what I understand, I saw the video a long time ago, but the guy was saying that like the next step is they go to America to look for some sort of item.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty weird how you get there. Because somehow the boy that you're, that's like your boss baby.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Boss baby.
Somehow you take him, and then motherfucker. You take him and then put him inside the body of this girl or woman, and then she's like, "We're going west," and Sekiro's like, "Yeah, sure." And it was just one of those things where when it happened, I'm like, "What?" Like, yeah, I understood how we got here, though. At least that's the least I could ask for. Is like, I understood how we got here and how this happened.
As opposed to like it's just Elden Ring, where what's her name? America becomes
America becomes Radagon, and then he fucks herself.
For why? For why though? For how?
Like why? I think they say the why. Oh, sorry, the lore says the why. Like all of it. So the point of making the video is that like lore is awesome, but like you do not tell story. I mean, sorry, you do not. You should not tell story or tell lore or have lore in the absence of story. Like almost to a point where there is no story. Like that's the big thing. Like this game, I'll say at least like after playing it a fucking lot. At least like you have what's her face that I keep forgetting, and the Melina, your maiden or whatever. That there'll be a bunch of places you go where when you sit at the bonfire it says like talk to her, so and then she'll tell you shit. So at least like there's someone that's telling you stuff, but just
well yeah, she's telling you stuff, and then what she decides or why though.
Yeah, like that. So the getting back to like the comments thing, someone said like, oh, if you want a story to be spoon-fed to you, then go play Horizon Zero Dawn, which I think they meant Horizon Forbidden West, because I think recently I have two friends who played Horizon that I know of. Sorry, two that played it and told me this opinion, where like. No matter what you do in that game, she's like Aloy's always fucking talking, and even if like there's a puzzle or something, the moment the puzzle starts, Aloy's like, "Oh, I think I should use my focus," or something. Like it just happened, almost to the point of just like babying you and fucking like not even giving you a chance to think for yourself.
I haven't played Forbidden West yet.
Yeah, and neither have I. Like, I have it, but I have not touched it.
Yeah, same.
So the person in the comments said that, and in my head, I'm like, I get the feeling you never played Horizon Zero Dawn. They said Horizon Zero Dawn, so I'm gonna go Zero Dawn, right?
They must have meant.
They must have meant Forbidden West, but they said Zero Dawn. So
yeah,
I'm like, if you played Horizon Zero Dawn, then you would know that the worst part of the story was the beginning, because they do the same shit that these games do. Well, there's still like the kind of overhanded storytelling in the beginning, but aside from that, they do the same thing that these games do, where in the beginning of Horizon, they just start saying a bunch of like world terms and like lore terms that you don't know what the fuck they are. So they talk about like, oh, it's the Karja, I think, or something. They talk about like tribe names and rituals and I think like whatever gods they believe in and some shit like that, and it's so much to throw at you in such a short period of time, especially in the beginning, where the worst part of the game is the fucking beginning. But strangely enough, and this is the part where I'm like, I'm pretty sure that this person definitely didn't play the game. Oh fuck, I need Eldens. Well, time to go kill shit. The best part of Horizon's story, and I guess spoiler alert for anybody who might not have played it. Well, not that spoilery, but is the mystery. Oh, fuck. Yeah. The best part of the story is the mystery surrounding like what happened to the world.
Right.
That's the best part of it. And how do they tell you that? They don't just. It's not like they just like.
You're on a mission.
Yeah, you're on a mission. Like they drip feed it to you as you play through the game. Like they drip feed it to you. Like what happened? Oh, there's a lot of like room for. By the end, things are cleared up, but as you're getting there, you're like constantly wondering, like, oh, what happened to this? Oh, I think this happened, some shit like that. And so then you start finding the, like, I don't know, collectibles, but things that you could just find in the world, like the little bits where you interact with them, and it's like a window into the past or some shit like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, oh, this is what it would look like before this happened, right? You know, what could have happened to that? That kind of shit. And so that was the great, like, Horizon did it. Horizon even had the mystery, and it had the story that was good enough that I wanted to find those things. Like, I cared to find those things. But the point and the reason that I get to, like, that I say in the video, like, why telling so much lore, or having lore so heavily in absence of story, is that story is just something. I feel like something needs to be there to want me to get into the deep shit. But if there's nothing there,
make a connection to the watcher and the story.
So like Dark Souls, because they've done it before, and I think the last time they only done it successfully was fucking Dark Souls. Maybe Sekiro, yeah. Was Dark Souls? There was the what you're doing, the what and the why, are like super fucking basic. The game tells you it just by going like, hey. When you start the game, there's a crestfallen warrior at the, or not even that. When you start the game, there's Oscar chilling in, or not chilling, but dying in the asylum. And, man, get fucked. Chilling in the asylum, tells you, you know, like, hey, here's this, you know, you're going on the undead pilgrimage or something like that. Like, cool, got it. You go to Firelink, there's a crestfallen warrior. He's like, you know, he speaks in a way that no human fucking talks.
Yeah.
But he at least says, are you going on the undead pilgrimage to ring the bells of awakening? One in the church and one in Blighttown? Excuse me. Like, oh, okay, cool. Like, that's what we're doing. Like, it's a pilgrimage, I'm doing this, got it, cool. And it's just, I don't have to go looking for this guy. He's right now, obviously you have to choose to talk to him, but he's like right fucking there. and so you ring the bells, and then after you ring the second bell, I think, you go back to Firelink on your way to Anne Orlando, assuming that you did things in a normal order.
Right.
And, my brain, fuck, what's his face is there? Frampt, the serpent dude with like all the flat teeth.
Right.
He's there, and then he kind of relays to you the next part of your journey. He goes like, oh, you're trying to get the Lord, or you're going to, or now that you've rung the bells of awakening, you're going to Anne Orlando to get the Lord vessel, and you know you're like. The point being you're gonna like succeed Lord Gwyn or so. I don't think he drops that part until after you get it. But essentially you get the Lord Vessel, and then the lady you get it from tells you to succeed Lord Gwyn to continue the fire, that kind of shit. Like they're telling you it's not like a deep plot. It's just like but it's a plot. It's like something that's there. At least I know the what and the why. And it's not like deep. It's not deep. It's not crazy, you know, it's not fucking, you know, revolutionary. What it is just something. It's something there, and that now that I know that, just that basic information, when I'm playing through the game and I see like you know, like in the right before you fight the Bed of Chaos, there's a witch there, that like a pyromancer lady there. That whole thing, like, oh, why is she there? Well, she drops an item, and that's when we start getting into the lore. That's when we start getting into that kind of stuff. But just because, or like even the serpent dude, it's like, oh, what's the deal with the serpent guy? Why is he telling me this stuff? Then you find out that he's, you know, like a, you know, one of like the trusty serpent men or whatever the fuck. Like just those little things like that at that point, that's lore. You got to go digging for that stuff. But just like the surface level things are given to you because you need something to go by. Like in Bloodborne, the point of making the joke, well, it's like a joke I'm making the video, but like, why the hell do I become a squid baby in by the end of Bloodborne? If you do like the, you know,
right, The main ending.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, whatever you consider the good ending is
the complete ending. Whatever the complete ending. And if you could tell, like the thing is, you could tell me why you become a squid baby by the end of Bloodborne without referring to item text or a YouTube video, and by extension, like no referring to external sources or a YouTube video, right? Or sorry, external sources or like item text. Like it has to be something that was like clearly put in front of me, right?
Right.
And like. I think I saw 2 people that made an attempt to do it. No, one of them. So the same person that was like snooty about the Horizon thing said, I could tell you, yeah, I could tell you why you it was pretty funny. Yeah, I could tell you, or yes, I could tell you why you become a squid baby without item text or the wiki. Proceeds to not do it. And then another person says, oh, why do you become a squid baby? Well, it's simple. You become a great one. It's pretty self-explanatory. And I'm like, what? Okay. First, that's not the why. That's the what. Second, it's not. It's self-explanatory. When the fuck throughout the whole game have you seen... First, when you're just playing through the game, your idea of what a great one is just the text that pops up when you beat a boss. And not only is it when you beat a boss, it's when you beat... In the base game, 3 bosses? Or no, was it? Or 2 bosses? I forget what.
In the base game, you only need 2.
Or does it only... No, when you kill a great one, doesn't it just say Nightmare Slain?
Yeah.
Yeah, so even the text doesn't tell you. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
No, for sure, because... you don't even know who they are. Straight up. And you don't even see most of them unless you have your, whatever you call that stat.
Well, that's... They show... You see those, like, those, you know, like, amygdala type shits. Oh my God, I ain't eating shit. You see those amygdala type things after you, beat Ram, the spider with the dump truck ass. So there is that.
It's like, what are they supposed to be? You know... It's not at all explained during the main progression of the game.
Yeah, no, not at all.
And even how to get the main ending, you have to get an umbilical cord supply. You need to figure that out.
Which would
it doesn't tell you to do that at all. Yeah. Like, and I remember that is like super duper deep blue. I think the umbilical cords are like from cursed some bullshits, and that's how the great ones are made.
Yeah, some shit. It was like, it's so weird. And then the thing is that you would have to, once again, like, you eating them implies, and this is on the first playthrough of you just doing it.
Right.
You doing it with complete knowledge. Sorry, doing it with complete knowledge. This is also implying that somehow you know that once you beat Garamon, spoiler alert, whatever, fuck, who cares? After you beat Garamon, that was the monster, the moon presence, whatever, the monster thingy at the end is gonna show up and hug you.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck do you get to that conclusion? Like, it's just such a gigantic leap. Such a gigantic leap. And like, for the other 2 endings,
I mean, when it does happen, you can infer things, but
yeah, but that's that's, you know,
yeah.
that's once again, that's not just like it's not the point.
Yeah,
like that. It's cool, and like, I have to reiterate that I don't think these people should ever change what they do because they're good at it, and you know, they're good at it, and they're more importantly good at doing the things that like if they do something different or they change it up, I trust that when they do it, it's because they're like, hey man, let's do this thing. Why? Because we want to.
Exactly.
Like that's fine.
But it's the only problem I have is that there's so much emulation of it.
Yeah,
and
you lose the point.
It can't be mixed up for quality.
Yeah. They're
smaller game companies, they're using it to pad their game time, and it's like the analogy is like
thinking that.
Not all of them. I'm not saying all of them at all, but a lot of them. It's the analogy that I think of is, you know, the artist that smears shit on a painting, and you have all the snooty people looking at it trying to extract meaning from it. But at the end of the day, it's like
literally a shit smeared canvas.
You're looking at shit smeared canvas. Like, come on, come on, man, call it what it is.
Yeah.
Sometimes shit stain's just a shit stain.
Yeah, and like that, and I talk about FromSoft in the video because you know, and I say in the video, I didn't want to just pick on indie games or something like that. You know, like granted, with a channel my size, anything is considered punching up as far as I'm concerned. But still, I think just picking on indie games is like, you know.
Well, I mean, it's also like a technique. It's not necessarily a bad technique for indie games to employ because they're low budget, they pad game time, and it does artificially, you know, induce what do you call it? Curiosity within the game.
And like if done well, and like I said, if there has to be something like a central thing there to just get you in the door. Like there has to be something there. Like there was the game that started this whole thing. Jesus, get fucked out, Stone Cold. There has to be something in there to like just get you through the front door, man. Like, hey, I'm my name is Mach 5 Pork. I realize I haven't said that yet. Oh, I haven't done a build with 2 curved grades, so maybe I should do that. Whatever. Just something there, like you can, right? Like in Elden Ring, or I guess we're talking about Bloodborne. So in Bloodborne, there's like the aesthetic. I think is what pulls people in. I think, as an aside, usually when out of all the games that I've noticed, when it comes to lore enthusiasts, sometimes Bloodborne ones are like the most insufferable, and because it's like the most, you know, it's like all that Lovecraft shit. So you know,
like it's Bloodborne. I held off the longest playing because, while, like in all honesty, none of the atmosphere of any of the FromSoft games really
speaks to
call to me, because I don't like that, you know, deep depressing world type shit or blood horror type thing. It's just the gameplay that intrigued me enough to play it that I overcame.
That's pretty much
that initially. And I held off on Bloodborne's for so long because, like, the aesthetic is kind of whack.
I would disagree.
I know, but people, like, everybody would disagree.
Yeah, it's not your cup of tea. That's all.
Definitely not my cup of tea at all. But yeah, I think Bloodborne is the coolest
I'm gonna get my shit
story. The coolest, like, deep lore type thing. Just because, like, there's not a lot of continuity errors, I guess.
Are there? Is that true?
I don't think there are.
Well,
the main story is that a bunch of hunters came to this village, murdered a bunch of people, and then they became cursed and created the dream, and now they're eternally hunting and such, right? Like, that's the main thing.
It's been so long. It's been so long.
True.
Like, I'll just nod and agree with most things you'll say.
Yeah. But I always thought that was cool, and the way, because it all came full circle in the DLC where you go to the actual village, right? And I thought that was cool. Just the way I found out about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. Man, I don't remember so much about the lore.
God,
I just remember the feelings I had when I first went through it, and a lot of it was like,
that DLC was great.
DLC was
where you face the original doll, but not the doll, the original person the doll is based off of.
I remember, like,
cool
my love of the DLC begins and ends with what you do in it, like just playing it.
Yeah.
When it comes to like and this is the whole thing for a bunch of these games. And once again, I make this point in the video. It's like, you know, at the end of the day, I really don't play these for the story or the lore or anything. Like, I just think they're fun.
Yeah.
But I do pay attention. And I have gotten, like, Bloodborne was the last one where I cared to, like, pay attention to, you know, that shit.
Yeah. Well, paying attention, naturally progressing through the story and understanding things. I thought the easiest was Dark Souls 3 to understand. Yeah, like the first opening cutscene is that these fucking dudes, for some reason, they're not lighting the flame.
Oh yeah,
so
yo, you need to go to work. I don't want ya.
Yeah, they're like, I don't want.
All right, we're gonna send this weak ass dude to go beat your asses so you can do it.
Yeah, so they're resurrecting all these big dudes that failed to light the fire before to go and do it because Mr. McAsshole is not doing his job.
Yeah.
And then you find out why Mr. McAsshole is not doing his job. When you fire him, he says, "What, are we just gonna keep doing this shit over and over again? I don't want it." And then you know you have multiple endings. Like, hey, we can take the dark. What is it? The ring. What is it called? The Dark Soul? Is it called the Dark Soul?
No. At the end, I don't think so.
Light the fire.
Yeah, you link the flame. That's
link the flame.
Thing.
Yeah, so you can either have the flame to the undead people, and get married. You can link the flame for the Firekeeper. The Firekeeper wants you to perpetuate the thing, or you want to bring apart upon the age of man and not light the fire.
Yeah.
So I thought that was straightforward and told in the story. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't need to look up lore to find that out.
Yeah. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, God, he's beating the shit out of me. Oh, yes, you fucking maroon.
Roly poly. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that stuff is pretty straightforward in the story. Yeah, that stuff. The only thing, like, with the Lord of... I think it's the Lord of Hollows or something like that ending. The one, essentially, where you get married, where I'm like, yo, what the fuck about getting married since I gotta stab this woman in the face? Get fucked.
True.
Like, that was the most confusing part.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess that's just a ritual.
Yeah, like, why?
Like, I saw that happen.
I understand. Yeah, sure, you get married. I think it was the pilgrim that that introduced you to the thing, right? So then you need to go into the lore of the pilgrims and understand why you're doing it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, what are they gonna do with the thing? All right.
Yeah, like I never forget, bro. Like I was right. I got it on PlayStation, and I guess just to wrap up this video, I got it for the PS4 first playthrough, and you know, PlayStation has that whole share play thing. I was doing the share play with one of my friends, and we were both following it. It was like, okay, cool. You know, now you get to you know, right before in Orlando or whatever, and the guy's like, all right, you know, your you know, like, spouse is waiting for you, or your soon-to-be spouse is waiting for you. Like, cool. Go through the cutscene, stab him in the face. I'm like, what the fuck?
I just wanted some strange. Goddamn it.
Like, that was... hey, my friend and I were just both seeing that, like, what? How did we get here? Like, I understand how we got here, but how did we get to this? And then she just silently lays down there, while assuming you play as a male. No, actually, it's the same for both. Yeah.
Yeah, same for both.
She just silently chills there, where you just like, here you go, dead. All right, okay. All right.
Yeah. Well, FromSoft does keep on doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Don't look at why you look. Stop looking.
No, you're looking at me.
I don't change.
Until next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.